Hey guys, Adam here at DirectionTrader.com. Let's do our review of this morning and talk about what I see going into this Friday. Okay, so had another rally here. I haven't actually looked it up myself, but I did just hear on CNBC. They said this is only the second 200 plus point rally in back-to-back days in the DOW in the last 6 years. So I haven't looked it up myself. I can't hardly believe it, but nonetheless, it's very rare to see 2 days like we've seen the last couple days. So even without that information, just the 2 days alone is very, very interesting to say the least. So we're bullish, especially as day traders. Now investors, I don't know what you guys are looking at, but from a day trading standpoint, there's been just one continual side that we've looked at. There was a point earlier on this morning we were looking at a potential fade, but ended up rolling right back to the upside. And actually, I want to bring up this point here. As we were going to lunch here at about 11 o'clock Central in the live trading room this morning, we were paying lots of attention to this NYSE. This is the advanced decliners down here. Basically, the net issues is what it's called here. And we were making a point that around 11 o'clock, it had started to chop here a little bit, and we were actually curious about it. Now, we weren't going short by any means, but we were talking about if it could have dropped below that plus 1200 reading, that we could have seen an afternoon fade. Now, I wasn't just going to pull the trigger on that. I wanted to see this thing drop below her. Sure enough, it has not, as you see it trading now up here into this 2000 range. But that was just a heads up for any of you that do watch the advanced decline or the market internals here. As this market pushed up so much, it was really chopping for the most part. After the initial rally, we got a little bit of a chop, so we pushed up, started chopping, and the market internals were actually pulling back at that point. So if they were to pull back and drop below, say, that 1200 reading, I was actually looking for an afternoon fade. And I said there's only one way I'll go short this afternoon is if we do fade it. Sure enough, we got a really nice push to the upside, and it's been followed by the market. So moving forward, after that little talk, let's go and look at the daily chart. I'll pull it up over here on the left side. Actually, I'll just pull up the daily chart here. Here's the daily chart, guys. Quite the little pop we've gotten here. We're above any type of support that we would be holding. So going into tomorrow, I will watch for upside opportunity to continue. Is this thing going to have another big rally like we see today? Another 50-point move in the S&P? Now, I don't know if we're going to get that, obviously. But I am going to be bullish here, guys. I do see a possible pullback. Maybe it'll open up down a little bit going into tomorrow, and then maybe a continuation back to the upside. But if these S&Ps can stay above this 21 period on the daily chart, then I am probably going to be just patient and disciplined to look for basically just long side continuations here. So any long side continuation. If some reason it drops and this short covering stops and we get down below that daily 21, I will absolutely be actively trading it to the short side. But anything outside of that, I will look for upside opportunity here. Now this is on the S&P. Let's go ahead and look at some of the other indexes. The Russell, monster move yesterday. Another big move today. I know we're at resistance. The Russell's a little bit different than, say, some of these other indexes. But once again, if we can still hold, say, 50% of today's rally, that's about what we were talking about in the S&P just now, about 50% of today's rally, if we can hold that, I will continue to look for upside opportunity. Unless this thing drops drastically tomorrow, which I will turn short, so I kind of have this bullish above, bearish below mentality, which I enjoy doing, I'm going to continue to look for upside opportunity because this is just a ton of buy-in, and I do not want to be the one fighting this. The NASDAQ, same thing, stay above that daily 21 period moving average. And then here with the Dow, exactly the same. So we have all three of the indexes, the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow. We're looking at virtually the exact same setup, and something very similar with the Russell, watching the 50% level of today's price action. So anything above today's highs, it's perma long. Anything probably above the 50% or that 21, it's perma long. Anything below it, it's perma short. So I love these type of setups that are bullish above, bearish below. It's a very clear line in the sand for me. Then all I have to do is not worrying about which direction I'm going to trade, be very disciplined to wait for the right price pattern, depending on your system and your strategy, wait for a bullish price pattern to see this thing continue to the upside. So I'm not going to jump in front of this. I'm going to jump on board with this, and if I can get some opportunities, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Crude oil, this thing is amazing. I was not active in crude today. My explanation for that is we've gotten so extended down here from this 21 period moving average. I've been waiting for a little bounce, but if you go back and look here, you have Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Here's Monday's highs, and here's Tuesday's lows. We were trading for the most part this morning. Now, we did have a nice move to the downside, but most of it we were stuck right here at that midpoint of this week's range. Now, since we've sold off here further on today into this afternoon, we're down here trading near the weekly lows. I hope that makes sense. You have Mondays, Wednesdays, and today's highs at the exact same level up here. You have Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday all have pretty much the same lows. So we have this funky range that I just want to be careful trading inside of, especially trading right in the middle of it like we were in the morning's trading session. So this morning we were trading right in the midpoint here. I wasn't going to be the one to find out whether I was going to be a buyer or a seller. I just wanted the market just to do its thing and then tell me what to do after we have established whether the bulls or the bears are in charge. So, moving forward, I am happy to get back involved here with crude if we can break below the lows here. Or if we start to get a bounce here in the morning session, if we can trade somewhere in here and then we can open up in the morning and we can start to get a bounce, I love to fade these daily support and resistance levels from an intraday standpoint. So I will be looking for that opportunity. But that's only if the market's pretty much trade neutral from now until sometime in the morning when I'm back in front of the computer. So going to be a very interesting trading session. If we can hold here at these lows, I'm going to look for some long side opportunities. Remember, we still are extremely extended from reversion to the mean. So we got a lot of movement here ahead of us. Anything below that, guys, I'm not fighting it. I'm not going to be the one to fight it and try buying it as it's breaking new lows, because how well has that worked for us all the way down here? It's been a horrible method to go ahead and do, so we don't do that. So I'm either going to go with it to the short side, or I'm going to look to get this reversion to the mean if we can stay above this support level. So, all right, guys, that's it. Those are the main markets that I am going to look at today. If you have any questions about any of it, you are more than welcome to email me, adam@directiontrader.com. If not, I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Have a good afternoon.